Life doesn't always take us where we expect, but sometimes it takes us exactly where we're meant to be. In this episode, I am joined by Rosario Ibarra of Grotegut Dairy in Newton, Wisconsin. From growing up in Mexico and dreaming of being a CEO and a suit and heels to the path that led her to now lead a Wisconsin dairy farm, we talk about courage, self-belief, mentorship, motherhood, and what it means to lead people with compassion in an industry that never stops. This is a conversation about finding your place, feeding others, and leading with purpose, right here today on the Uplevel Dairy Podcast. Welcome to the Uplevel Dairy Podcast. This is the podcast for dairy producers and professionals who are committed to moving our industry forward. I'm Peggy Coffeen, and each week we bring you the leaders, the lessons, and real-world stories from the people who have built the dairy business we know today and those who are shaping its future. Join us on the journey by following Uplevel Dairy on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and subscribe at upleveldairy.com to get new episodes and our Dairy Insights blogs right in your inbox. This episode is part of a special series brought to you by Zoetis. 2026 is the International Year of the Woman Farmer, and Zoetis is proud to highlight women on farms and across their own team who are leaders in innovation and commitment to animal care and their communities. Learn more about Zoetis, their team, and solutions at dairywellness.com. Rosario, so your path led you here to a dairy farm in Newton, Wisconsin, here at Grotegut Dairy. Maybe just take a minute and describe, what is Grotegut Dairy? If for someone that hasn't been here before, and you guys host a lot of tours, so I know there's many people that walk through these doors.
So we are a third generation family farm. Then it was founded around the 60s with very few cows. Maybe less than 20 cows. And right now we are milking 3,600 cows, and we take care of over 6,000 animals every day. We never stop. There is always people here taking care of the animals, so we are very grateful for our teams. We are over 50 full-time employees, and on the seasonally we can reach over 75, 80 people. A lot of them from the local community, but also people that, as me, came from other countries, and we are working together with the passion of taking care of the animals and producing food. So our milk is used for cheese, and we also are the partners of the Farm Wisconsin Discovery Center. So we are we have the host farm. So from Thursday to Saturday, we send cows to have their babies there so people can see how, witness the miracle of life. And then we also host the tours when people want to visit the farm. Our doors are open and they can see what we are doing.
Wow. And so you get to help tell that story, yes, whether it's here at your farm or by sharing your cows with the Farm Discovery Center. Because that's what that building and that center is for, is really just connecting people with where their food comes from. And it's right down the road from here.
Correct, yes. And it's very important for us to participate, to give back to this community. It's very important for us that people feel the connection and understand that besides that glass of milk, there is thousands of people working every day. Doesn't matter the weather, the weather we have 2 days ago, 40 degrees, wonderful in January. And then yesterday was horrible. Our teams are here day and night. We have day shifts and night shifts, and they don't fail to show to work.
But if we were to go back to you when you would have been, teenager, high school, college days, this was not where you saw yourself, was it?
Not at all. Not at all. I was born and raised in Mexico, and I have big dreams to be a lawyer or to work in the CEO, as a CEO in a big corporation, high heels, suits, all that kind of things. Never imagined myself in the position that I am right now. But decisions, you make decisions that impact your life and impact your decisions. And at the end, life takes you to unexpected places.
Yeah, it sure does. And so you may not wear high heels, but you're kind of a CEO, a leader, a manager in the dairy business.
Thank you.
So a little bit different twist, but
you didn't really know a whole lot about cows at that point in life either. So just to open up that story, if you would, about the path that led you to the dairy industry.
Yes. So I grew in Mexico, and my grandpa used to have a small farm. And when we were kids, we were taken to the farm to help with the animals and mainly with the crops. But I'm talking about planting corn by hand, putting the fertilizer by hand in the sun, on the southern sun with 100 degrees, and I hated. I was no. I didn't like to go to the farm. You can find me below a tree with a book reading, because that was my thing. So I was like, agriculture was not in my dreams. I didn't want to have nothing to be related with agriculture. Then I went to college, and I was studying a business administration for 1.5 years, until I decided that was very boring and I wanted to change. And for some weird reason, I decided that I wanted to be an agronomist. In Mexico, an agronomist, you can work with animals or with plants. I asked my parents' permission, and they say no. Then, okay, I wait another semester. I asked again, and they say no. I went to visit the farm that my college had, and I was convinced that that's what I wanted to be. I wasn't sure why, but something in my heart told me that that's the place for me. That was the place for me. Then I switched careers. I didn't tell my parents. They were very mad with me.
So why did they not want you to pursue being an agronomist?
Well, because I am a woman. And, that in my country at those times, that was not the place for a woman to be. But then the opportunity came to apply for an internship, more like a professional practices. And in my college, we were encouraged to do that internationally. There was this program between my college, Tec de Monterrey, and UW-Madison, with the support of PDPW. I applied for that program, and I was selected. Not because I was bright, not because I had experience. It's because I asked my teacher, why did you pick me? And he said, well, you are one of the less troublemakers of the candidates. So, but he didn't know, but he totally changed my life by taking that decision. I was sent to New Holstein to Gold Star Farms with Deb Reinhart, and she became my mentor, my friend. And that was the first time that I saw a dairy cow, like a real dairy cow, a Holstein. And I was there for 2 months. I fell in love with the dairy community. I saw the passions of the Wisconsin farmers. I saw how a woman was able to be the leader of a farm. Even she wasn't born in that farm. She had a background, but she was leading. She had a team. And I saw her and I said, well, if she can do it, then I should be able to do it.
Wow. So just by happenstance, here you end up on this internship program with professional dairy producers of Wisconsin and your college, and it brings you to this farm in Wisconsin, Gold Star, and you meet Deb Reinhart, who is an incredible woman and leader in our dairy community locally here.
Yes.
And you must have just been drawn to her immediately with your spunk and your drive and her spunk and her drive. Was it like just an instant connection with the two of you?
After some days, yes.
Yeah.
I have to confess that when I arrived, I was, in a different country, unable to speak the language. And I was, thinking about, I'm so far from home and blah, blah, and feeling bad about myself. But then I looked to her and I paid attention to what she was telling me. And she was opening her heart to me. She was sharing what she was going through. And at that moment, I understood there was a reason that I was there. And if this lady was able to do that for me, the minimum that I could do was to pay attention and be the best for her and her farm.
And so that was the beginning of what became a friendship and an incredible mentorship.
Yes, we have the opportunity through the years. Once I was back in Wisconsin years later, and I never thought I was going to be back here. I was able to help her as an assistant in the Dairies Foundation. And our friendship just grew with the time, and we're still friends. And my husband and I were very blessed to have her in our as a family member for us.
Yeah. So now you got to connect the dots between these early years of being in Wisconsin, working on a dairy farm, and you would have imagined that today you'd be a half hour from that original place, that original farm, but now here at Grotegut Dairy, and this is your life. This is your everyday.
This is my life now. Yes, this is my family now. I went back to Mexico after my experience here. I even went to Argentina for 1 semester to study there. I graduated, and then I applied for a job in a small company in Mexico that was opening the doors, and they were trying to import products from Wisconsin to Mexico. They hired me, and I was with them for 5 years. And in Mexico, but turned out that that company, the products were made here in Manitowoc, Wisconsin, with the company Priority IAC. I was in Mexico working with them for 5 years, and then after I finished my time there, I asked if there was an opportunity here. There wasn't, but then after some months and consideration, Richard Bruni was generous enough to offer me a position here, and they brought me to the States as a TN visa worker, and I worked with them for another 5 years. During that time, I met my husband, Eric, and we got married, and then, we did other things, and then years later, we came back to this farm, to Eric's family farm, and helped with the transition, and here we are now.
And here you are.
Yes.
Okay, so describe what is a day in the life like for you here on the dairy?
Right now it's a little different because we have a 6-month-old baby, Bruno. Yes, and then so my life has changed. Before I was here 14, 16 hours, I didn't care. There was a lot of work to do. We faced some tough times. We lost my father-in-law in 2019, David Grotegut. Then we lost Ivan Grotegut, the founder, and recently we lost Dorothy, his wife. And then the transition to the farm started. And right now we are working, Eric and I, with Doug Grotegut, uncle, and his family. So right now I spend time with Bruno in the mornings. I'm always on the phone. I'm still connected, responsible for maternity, the calf area, all the employees, the training, the schedule. So I am 2 minutes from the farm, not able to be here full time as I was before, but always connected and trying to connect with our people.
Yeah. And so your role is now not just manager here, but also mom.
Yes.
That's a big transition.
It is a big transition because then again, I just care about the calves, my babies, They were my babies. Yes. They're still my babies, but I learned to delegate. Bruno has given us the opportunity to take a step back and reflect on what we are looking in life, and also understand that we need to give opportunity to others, and we need to grow others so they can take the place, and we can dedicate your time to other areas of our lives. And that doesn't mean that we are not able, we try to do everything all the time, and it's exhausting. We need to let others grow, and that's good. It's a good thing for others to grow.
And your own personal story is a testament to that, isn't it?
Yes. So the only thing that I regret is I should pay attention in my English classes, because I never thought I was going to use English. I always was like, why do I need to learn English? I'm never going to use English. And I'm like, also tells you, Karma.
Yeah, well, you do great with your English, by the way. So you're a quick study, even if it wasn't your favorite class.
It wasn't. Oh no, I almost failed college because I couldn't pass the English test. I was like, I have to do it.
Oh, but that gives me even more respect for just how independently and in a dedicated way that you've worked your way into where you're at. Like, you came here to the U.S. and you had to, as you mentioned before too, you didn't know the language right away. So when you think about, again, just kind of this journey that you've been on that brought you to where you're at, what would you say is the biggest challenge you faced along the way?
Believe in myself.
Oh,
That's the biggest challenge that I have had. I always had that, when you move to a different country, you left everything that you know behind.
Mm-hmm.
You left your family. Like, I don't have family here. So it's only me and Bruno and my husband. And you don't feel like you belong here. Because I arrived here when I was almost 30 years. And when you go back home, then you don't belong there neither. Because everything changed so much.
Oh.
So I remember when I'm in the airport, I feel happy to go, but I feel sad because I'm leaving the other home. So I don't know, it's hard. Believe on me, is the hardest part because I always feel like I'm not here. I shouldn't be here. I don't belong here. But other part of me says, no, you are here for a reason. And I think that's the main struggle. And I have my days, of course, that I don't believe in me yet, but it's part of growing.
But as such a confident and articulate leader that you are, it surprises me that you would say that, Rosario. But I also thank you for being authentic and being honest with that. That's something that even still you struggle with from time to time, because that's not the person that I see, But what do you so speak to others out there that might also have that hard time believing in themselves. What's the advice that you would give to a young person if they were saying that to you right now?
Yes, well, just do whatever moves you, Find the passion. Like after I saw Deb Reinhart and I saw all the amazing women that I saw in Wisconsin, because really Wisconsin was my inspiration. Maybe something in my heart told me that I needed to go back to Wisconsin. But after I saw the ladies working in the farms, after I saw the ladies in PDPW, even I remember I met Laura Daniels when she was opening Dairy Gold Network. Probably she doesn't remember about that, but I saw that there was an opportunity here and there was no limits because your gender. And I tried really hard in my country to do that, but I face different situations. Now it's different. Now in Mexico it's different. It's very open. And to have a woman in agriculture and in working with livestock. So I see that grow and I feel very happy about it. So just follow your heart. And sometimes you're going to make mistakes, but if you are a good person and you try to do everything from the greater good, as they say, things work out and allow you to make mistakes. It's okay. We are humans. Yeah. Just say sorry.
Well, so, as you say that, it seems to me that, one of the things that has helped you to find the belief in yourself is when you could look around and see these other women in your circles that were doing it.
Because there is also males in my life that they had me, they teach me a lot of stuff. I have also male role models in my life because it's important to learn from everyone. But yes, having a network, and it's very important to have a network and at least support people that even maybe they are not my closer friends, but just by seeing what they are doing, that inspires you. You don't need to be, friends with the president of some country, but if that woman is doing a good job, just follow that. It's okay, because it's an inspiration. And there is a lot of people that inspire us. And my own team inspire me here. A lot of them, the ladies, they have kids. They make it to work here. They take care of the house. They take care of everything. And that's an inspiration. I am in a very privileged position. If you compare me with others, and especially with people from other countries that are behind us, working, I'm a very privileged position, and there is just admiration. And there's always someone better than you, but there's always someone worse than you that needs your help.
So you get to draw some inspiration from the people that you're around here at the dairy every day too.
Well, I try. I am not the best, but I try. I try just, to do the things correctly. And as I think it's Vincent Lombardi who say that do the correct thing and even nobody's watching you. That's the main thing. Just go home with your conscience in peace, clear that you did your best. Yeah, that's the main thing. Then you can sleep well and then go again. Because farming is very hard. It's very hard. Requires a lot of work. And it's not for everyone. That's what we are, less than 2% of people taking care of this community. And so it requires a lot of inspiration. And if you can show up and just smile, just say good morning, you can change the life of someone just by doing that.
Yeah. And that's what you get to do here at the dairy.
I try. I try, and always learning, making mistakes too. But age, and now there are more resources to help us to learn how to be a leader, how to inspire others, and just help them to get to the place that they want to be.
What does it take to instill that level of care and concern and buy-in as a manager?
Yes,
with your team?
Yes, well, yeah, it is a lot of work, and it has to be a daily reminder of the importance of taking care of the animals and the importance of producing food. It is not, it's not a simple thing that we do here. We are responsible to provide high quality products for every person. So we try to inspire people to work in a stress-free environment. I always tell my guys and my girls, here is your place to relax. Maybe it's weird to say that about your job set, but I want you to forget all your problems, leave your problems behind, and just focus on be happy here. If you are happy, then you're going to do a good job, and the cows are going to be happy. That's what we're trying to offer to them. A free stress environment, a place that you can learn about life and death also, unfortunately. And it's daily. You have to remind them daily, and you have to learn to grow with them, and you have to learn to be, to show compassion and be grateful. Be grateful is the most important thing. I just struggled because I'm not a person that says, oh, good job all the time. Just because the way that I was raised for me is, oh, you have to take care of something. Well, yeah, you have to take care of something, right? But being grateful, and especially with the new generations, is important to share that gratefulness every day, because they need that. They need to be fed with gratefulness.
Yeah. And when we talk about leadership, and I'm going to go back to the comment you shared at the beginning of our conversation. You saw yourself being a CEO wearing high heels and a business suit, right? So now you are that. You just wear work shoes and a uniform, short
uniform, yeah, with my name, yes.
But what does it mean to you that you actually did make that dream a reality? Just your outfit's a little different.
Yeah, the outfit is a little different. Now we're talking about opportunities and leadership. I remember when I was the second year that I was here with Priority, Deb sent me the invitation to apply for Cornerstone Dairy Academy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's through PDPW.
Through PDPW, yeah. And I saw that in the application, and I say no. And she said, why no? And I said, this is for farmers, this is for very important people, not for me. I'm just, a person here. And she said, well, if you are serious about building a career in dairy, you should apply for that. And I was like, but who's going to pick me again? Self-doubt. Yeah, because who? I'm not the daughter of a farmer. I don't have any cows. I'm from a different country. I barely speak English. Who's going to give me the opportunity? And someone gave me that opportunity. I was selected for Cornerstone. I graduated from Cornerstone 3 years later, and just confirmed that my place is here at this moment, and I was in the correct place. It took me years to understand that, but when you gave the opportunity to someone, again, to change the life, and the next person is maybe in a different country, maybe it's a kid that is in New York City, and you just have to open the doors and be open about what we are doing, sharing and inspiring people, and the people are coming to us.
So it sounds like there were several defining moments that just either shaped your trajectory or confirmed that you were on the right path.
Yes, yeah. And sometimes through the years you evaluate and you realize that was the moment that changed. But in that specific situation, maybe you didn't understand. Maybe, when I took the decision to change careers without telling my parents, I was like, oh, yeah, they're going to kick me out of the house. But I just have to, sounds like a cliche, but you have to listen to your heart and go with it and saying, okay, if you're doing for the best, you should work out.
Yeah. So what does your heart tell you these days about where you're at and what your next steps might be?
Well, now I'm trying to be a good mother for my baby. I'm not too scared about that, but trying to, I'm over my 40s. I remember I was planning to have kids when I was in my 20s, not 20 years later. I want to keep growing our teams here, consolidate the farm for the future, because, in 20 years we will be talking about retirement. So we need to work with that on mind, trying to put the farm in the best place possible, still contribute, being able to contribute to the dairy community, for our own community here in Newton and Manitoba County. And really, I would like to get again involved in giving back as a person. I used to be a volunteer in every possible weird things, from the animal shelters to, so I was giving English classes. Can you believe that? In a church.
Didn't want to learn English.
I was giving English classes one time for free or whatever. But I think that when you give back to others, and when you it doesn't always need to be in your comfort zone. You need to go away from that and look other communities, people again less privileged, and that help you to get through the tough times, because those tough times might not be as tough as you think, when you see that there is other people suffering and facing worse things. So I think that that's in my worst times, that give me the strength, because it's like, what you are dealing with is nothing compared with what others are dealing. So try to look into that and just, try to give back to the world and being again a good person as the king, I think so.
Oh, love that. And when you think about, again, the teams that you're building here and that you have here at Grotegut Dairy, I would imagine that there's several team members that, like you, didn't grow up here and have been challenged with language and culture, and so how do you relate your own experiences to them and to help them in their own journeys?
Yes, so here we have a good group of TM visa workers too.
Okay.
Yes.
So just like you started as
Yes,
TM.
exactly.
Okay.
So through the years, we have over 12 people right now, and they stay with us. Some of them already are building, roots here in our community. and they got married, they have babies, they became part of our communities. And so I tried to share, how life was for me. I tried to help them, offer them the resources and opportunities that maybe I did not have in my time, but also sharing the importance of, again, giving back and understand that you have to earn things. And the main message for me to them is just take care of the animals. That's the thing that we ask. And by doing that, then we can keep this farm running, we can keep our community running, and value everything that you have here. Also, we try to help them when they struggle with this feeling of I don't belong here, I don't belong there. It is tough, and they have learned that through the years when they go back to their countries and spend time with their families, and they understand that feeling. When I was, again, in college years ago, I went to do my social service in South State in Mexico, a very poor area, and I went to do this. I went to work with coffee planters, people that plant coffee and make coffee, organic coffee, and there was a couple of sisters, and people asked them, "Where are you from?" And they were, very fair, white, compared with the native people in that state, and they say, "Oh, we are from here, from Chiapas is the name of the state." They say, "No, you are not from here, you are too white to be from here." They say, "No, we are from here because our father told us you belong to the place that feed you." And then, that state was giving them the support, the money, and then so that's the place that it was feeding them. So that's what they say, we belong here. So that's another message that I try to share with the people that are here from other places. We belong here. We have to be grateful, and we have to be good citizens here for the time that we are here, because we need to be grateful for the opportunities that we have here too.
And that phrase that you belong to the place that feeds you, for you, does that give you a sense of ownership that, I guess sense of ownership that this is home? You talk about that struggle of yes, what is home, right? Home's not here and home's not there. When you think of it in that way, does it make this home?
It does, but I will never, I am very proud of being Mexican. I'm very proud for a lot of what I am is the job of my parents, is what they did with me, is the way that I was raised, is the interactions that I have in my early life in that small town lost in the mountains of Mexico. So it's a big part of who I am. But I am also an American citizen. And so, my heart might be divided sometimes, especially in the current circumstances. My heart is very divided. But again, if you are a good person, it doesn't matter what place you are. And it doesn't matter if I am in Mexico or if I am here in Wisconsin. The point is to be a good person and taking care of others.
I think there's something to be said, though, that when opportunities present themselves, you took them. You took those opportunities, and they built you into a leader in this community, and really, Rosario, you were a leader in a much broader dairy community too. You are, like I said, you're that CEO you always wanted to be, just in a different outfit. And but once in a while, you get your heels and your blazer on, and you get to be in some boardrooms because, again, your influence is far beyond the dairy. What are some of the roles that you've had an opportunity once again to step into that have really helped you grow, but also given you the chance to give back?
Yes. Well, right now I am in the board of directors of Dairy Girl Network, and I'm also in the board of directors of the Professional Dairy Producers Foundation. And it's again with Dairy Girl Network, it's an opportunity for me to interact with other women in the industry, in our community. Those ones that, as I say, when I was a college student or when I was practicing here, I saw, them. I remember seeing the girls of PDPW and the World Dairy Expo, and I was, I want to be like them. Look at what they are doing. They are creating all this support for this community, and I see Laura Daniels, what she was doing, and it was an inspiration, really. It always was an inspiration, and with the Dairies Foundation, we're trying to give back. We're trying now to collect the funds that are needed to keep Cornerstone rolling now. Cornerstone was a game changer for me because it teaches you to be a servant leader, give back. And sometimes you confuse the word leader. Okay, maybe I was confused, being a CEO, as you say, maybe that was my dream at that time, but being a good example for others and being an inspiration, even I am very far away to be an inspiration for others.
Disagree.
Is just try to do your best every day. And so I serve in these two boards, and very proud, very grateful also to be offered that position. And hopefully I can inspire others. I can inspire other Latino-born people to join. And it is okay to be brown. It's okay, and it's not bad to belong to these boards, because we are a force behind in the dairy community, and we should be represented. And maybe by having me or seeing me in those boards helps others to raise their hands and say, hey, I want to also be part of this and create a change.
And you're doing it. You are out there doing it. And so if you could give one piece of advice to one of those, I'm going to say, a young woman particularly that you see yourself in, right? Like that you 20 years ago when you were admiring the others that had come before you. What's that one piece of advice that you would instill upon others?
Probably just don't lose yourself.
Don't lose yourself.
Don't lose yourself in the old paradigms. I hope that's the word, in the old conceptions about being a woman. We can do whatever we want. We can change the world. We can take any position. You can be a mother, but you can be also a CEO. You can be a farmer. The world is open for us, and there is opportunities. We just need to. Sometimes the opportunities are not, easy to get, but we are able to do whatever we want. You are happy being a farm wife. That's okay. But if you have the inner desire to do something else, it's also okay to do it. There is nothing, in stone anymore. And by doing that, by allowing you to be what you want, you inspire others, but also you change the world for sure. And the world needs our perception or ideas or history or everything that is behind you is needed in the world.
So, well, it has been such a pleasure to get to sit down with you, Rosario, here at Grotegut Dairy. This is your home, right? This is your home now. And also where you're raising your own family now.
Yes,
too.
Yeah.
It's a place where you are fed, right?
Yes,
like you said before. It's a place where you feed others, and it's a place where you lead. But again, once again, your leadership extends much beyond the borders of this farm and Manitowoc County here. And so anything else that you want to add to our conversation today? Any other messages that are on your heart to share?
Just grateful that you took the time to sit with me and let me share my story. There is a lot of people, that we have to reach and learn from them, and just grateful with the community here in Manitowoc County and Newton, and all the wonderful people in the dairy community that have treated me so well since my beginnings, and PDPW, the Legal Network, the foundation. A lot. I mean, I will leave a lot of people out if I start to mention them, but really their love and their compassion too, because again, you have to be compassionate. Again, I made a lot of mistakes, but just allowing me to find my place is something that I really appreciate.
Well, you found it. You have found it. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Uplevel Dairy Podcast. If you enjoyed today's conversation, make sure to follow the show, share this episode with your friends in the dairy community, and leave a review. At Uplevel Dairy, we are here to highlight the leaders, the lessons, and the real-world experiences that are shaping the future of our dairy industry. Find more by following us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram for behind-the-scenes content and upcoming guests. And subscribe at upleveldairy.com to get new episodes and our Dairy Insights blogs right in your inbox. I'm Peggy Coffeen, and until next time, keep on learning, keep on leading, and keep up-leveling your dairy.